Welcome everyone to the Gulf Coast Regional Bike Month 2021 kickoff celebration. My name is Deborah Mayfield, Principal Program Coordinator at the Houston-Galveston Area Council Travel Demand Management Team. May is National Bike Month, and it's promoted by the League of American Bicyclists and celebrated in communities across the nation. The Houston-Galveston Area Council and our Commute Solutions partners welcome all of you to celebrate with us the Gulf Coast Regional Bike Month 2021. Next slide, Greg. So quickly, just to go through the agenda, we're going to have a welcome by our Executive Director, Chuck Wimpy, and then we'll go through a brief overview of all of the activities, and then each of our partners will be featured with their special events and activities. Then we'll have closing remarks by Brian Reed, Executive Director of Houston BCycle, then our closing event invitation Q&A, and then we will kick it off. Next slide, Greg. And now, I have the honors of introducing Chuck Wimpy, the Executive Director of the Houston-Galveston Area Council, where he oversees all programs and services, including transportation planning, community and economic development, public safety, aging services, and workforce development. He has extensive experience in addressing infrastructure, housing, small business, and economic recovery needs while working with cities and counties to embrace a regional approach to flood and storm surge mitigation. Everyone, let us welcome Chuck Wimpy.
Thanks so much, Deborah. It's great to be here this morning. Good to see all of you tuning in today for National Bike Month, starting off our celebration for the month of May. You know, the Houston-Galveston Area Council has been involved in bike to work events and promoting bicycling for a long time. It just keeps getting bigger and better, and even more opportunities for folks to try out bicycling if they haven't tried it yet. Clark probably remembers this, but back when we had that first, it was called Bike to Work, but I think for most of us, it was Bike to City Hall Day. So we all biked to City Hall. Mayor White was still in office at the time, biked back to the Houston-Galveston Area Council and other areas along there. It was a great time. I've had the fortune to actually bicycle to work for about 15 years, started right after Hurricane Rita, and started out small, 1 day a week, maybe 2 days a week to start with, figuring it out along the way, and then grew to a daily routine for me. And so I would encourage all of us who have been doing this a while as we try to recruit others into enjoying bicycling as a transportation option for errands, to get to work, whatever else they might need. Encourage folks to start kind of small and manageable, and then they can build up as they get comfortable. At the Houston-Galveston Area Council, we continue to support bicycling, various options. We want it to be safe, we want it to be fun and easy to access for everybody. It's an important part of our transportation planning and project funding activities. If you get a chance, we'll be back in the office soon, later on this summer. Come visit us over at 3555 Timmons Lane. We have bike cages we can make available to you if you want to come visit us. Keep your bicycle nice and safe. We'd love to see you. You know, with the COVID-19 situation that we've all worked our way through and continue to work through over the last over a year now, there have been a lot more bicycles on neighborhood streets, on major roadways. I'm seeing a whole lot of bikes, but I'm not seeing a whole lot of these with those bikes. Not seeing a lot of helmets out there. And so I wanted to share a short video that we made a while back about biking safely to work. Want to again welcome all of you here. Thrilled to hear about the panelists and their presentations. Enjoy the event, enjoy Bike Month. We're going to show you a quick video, and then Deborah will go to the rest of the panelists after that. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you.
A bicycle commute starts by making important decisions ahead of time.
Whenever you're able to drop your clothes off at the office as opposed to trying to pack them in. But there have been times where I've thrown a pair of shoes in there, thrown a dress shirt in there, and just do your best to hope you're not too wrinkled when you get to work.
Identifying the best route to your place of employment is key to an enjoyable trip to work. Remember that the best route is usually not the same route you take in a car.
You know, a bridge like this is fantastic. It can make all the difference in a person's commute. It's beautiful. I get a look at the bayou. Most importantly, I'm safe and I'm out of traffic.
Be prepared to take side streets and look for trails that are not full of busy traffic. When you do ride in traffic, obey all signals and be aware of your surroundings. Don't use headphones. Before you take your first ride, make sure you are prepared and have the right gear. Safety is critical. Always wear a helmet.
Gotta protect your head. Kind of have your straps pre-adjusted in advance. Make sure you have enough room for the strap to move slightly so it's not too tight.
Wear comfortable clothes that can help you stay cool and dry, but also that can be easily seen by motorists.
Well, it's important. As I started to bike to work, I found out that if you could actually get clothing that's made for outdoor recreational use or biking, it's going to get dry a lot faster. You're not going to get as soaking wet when you're at the office, and actually high visibility is incredibly important. If the motorists can't see you, then you can't really expect them to respect you or give you the room you need on the road. Looks like I might have a little rain today, so bring a raincoat just in case. Again, nice bright high visible color so the motorists can see you.
Lighting is important, especially when riding before sunrise or after dark.
Blinking is better because it captures more attention for the drivers, and also it's easier on the battery life. If you run that straight on, it might last you an hour or 2 hours. If you run it blinking, you got about 24 hours of run time.
Getting the right bicycle for your body size and cycling abilities requires doing some research. Learn some basic cycling hand signals to communicate with people around you. Always ride in the same direction of traffic. Be alert and plan ahead for unexpected circumstances. But always enjoy the ride. Feel the excitement of an energetic physical activity. Bicycling to work can be a step-by-step process. Enjoy the benefits of riding with a neighbor or coworker. But always keep a good attitude while you get used to this new mode of transportation. The benefits of bicycling to work are many. Bicycling commuters find this mode of transportation an energizing way to start their day. Join the growing number of people who are choosing to ride their bikes to work. Give it a try. A bicycle commute starts by making important decisions ahead of time.
Whenever you're able to.
Wow.
There we are.
Sorry about that, guys. A little technical difficulty there.
Okay, and we can go to the next slide, Greg. Thank you very much, Chuck. We appreciate that.
My
Wonderful video
Stay
and
safe.
present. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody.
And everyone, now the HGAC Commute Solutions team, in collaboration with our regional partners, including Bike Houston, Bike Waller, Buffalo Bayou, Houston BCycle, Rice University, the City of Houston, the City of Sugarland, and the Woodlands Township want you to join in on the fun. You can go to the HGAC website and post a picture of yourself while you take your ride to anywhere, and the hashtag of # Gulf Coast Bikes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn, and tag us at HOU Area COG, and you'll see all the information right there. One person each week will be selected to receive a Commute Solutions swag box. Next slide. So also join us on Tuesday, May 18th, to just engage in Partners Perks, a benefits guide for becoming a partner. You'll learn more about how employers, we will offer our services to work with you to improve your telecommute programs, as well as commute programs for your employees. Next slide, Greg. And now it gives me a great pleasure to introduce our senior planner for HGAC's Bicycle and Pedestrian Program, Ms. Susan Jarowski. Susan?
Hi, we are pleased to announce the online bicycle safety course, Cycling Savvy, that covers everything from rules of movement to defensive bicycle driving strategies. This free course is available to everyone in the MPO service area. It is self-paced to fit into your busy schedule and takes approximately 2 hours to complete. Register online at houston.cyclingsavvy.org.
Thank you, Susan. Next slide, Greg. And now it is time to introduce our partner panelists. They will share information about the exciting events and activities that will be going on throughout the month. If you have any questions during their presentations, please submit them in the chat and we will be sure to address them at the Q&A portion of the presentation. And now, without further ado, we'll go to the next slide and we have Mr. Joe Catrufo for Bike Houston.
Thank you, Deborah. It's a pleasure to be here today to talk about the 2021 Houston Bike Summit, which is happening virtually throughout May. And this year, the Houston Bike Summit is being presented in partnership with Link Houston and Houston BCycle, and it's sponsored by Traffic Engineers, Inc. and Edo Bike Co. We've got a great lineup in store, including 3 panel conversations and 2 keynotes. Our first panel is happening 1 week from today, Tuesday, May 11th at 1 p.m. And it's called Keep On Cycling in a Car Town, Making Houston Bike Friendly for All. And we're asking our panelists the question, what will it take for Houston to become a truly bike-friendly community? How far has Houston come? Where have we fallen short? What needs to happen next? And can Houston stop simply tolerating and start to truly embrace the bicycle as a mode of transportation? We're bringing together a mixture of local and national experts, and the panel will be moderated by Doug Gordon, who is host of the War on Cars podcast. Our second panel on Tuesday, May 18th at 1 p.m., Beyond Bike Lanes, Addressing the Many Barriers to Bicycling, looks at some of the biggest barriers to getting Houstonians on bikes other than traffic safety or a lack of a dedicated right-of-way. So we're talking about things like secure bike parking, sweat, connectivity to transit, and what it will take to make bicycling a more convenient or attractive mode other than carving out space on the street and building trails. This too brings together national and local experts, and it will be moderated by Luis Guajardo from the Rice Kinger Institute. Our third panel, happening on Tuesday, May 25th at 1 p.m., What's on Tap? Bike Infrastructure in the Pipeline, talks about the many different ways that bike lanes get built throughout Houston, and it will bring together a diverse cast of project proponents from across the Bayou City for a sneak peek of some of the transformative changes coming to our streets and paths. And it will feature a combination of planners and project managers from Houston Parks Board, Harris County Precinct 1, Memorial Heights Redevelopment Authority, Houston Planning and Development, and many more. We've got 2 keynotes. Our first, on Thursday, May 20th at 1 p.m., is with Manuel Calvo from Seville, Spain. And Manuel is credited with turning Seville, a hot, flat, car-oriented city in Spain, into a biker's paradise, almost overnight. In 3 years, he was able to reinvent the city's transportation network and resulted in a 450% increase in cycling over just a 3-year period. So we have a lot to learn from Manuel. And our final keynote on Friday, May 21 at 2:30 p.m. is with Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo, who has proven herself a leader who understands the need to make Houston a truly multimodal city. We're really excited to have her as part of the Houston Bike Summit this year. The Houston Bike Summit is free to register, open to the public. You just need to go to houstonbikesummit.org to register. And you have to register for each individual session independently of one another. You can't register for all 5 at once, unfortunately. And if you're a planner, and you need AICP maintenance credits, the Bike Summit is eligible for planner maintenance credits.
Well, thank you so much, Joe. That is great information. So we'll go to the next slide and we will have, to the next slide, there we are. We will have Mr. Clark Martinson, bike proprietor for our Bike Waller in Waller County. Let's take it away, Clark.
You're muted, Clark, if you're speaking.
Let's see if Clark is speaking. We can't hear you. There we are. There you are.
All right. Okay.
Okay, you're good to go.
Want to thank HGAC for keeping Bike Month top and front, not just in Houston, but in the Gulf Coast region. My experience has been with the management districts in Houston and encouraging biking to work in downtown, uptown, as well as the energy corridor. And now to see that I'm out in the rural country in the backwaters of Waller, Texas, where you can buy a bike at the Walmart, but you can't get a bike repaired unless you go back into the city to bike barns. So we're providing a service that we're encouraging people to ride their bikes for exercise, to get to work. And what I'm experiencing right now is a large donation of bicycles coming from our community, they know that there's somebody here now to fix their bikes. So just really important, not just to have the safety and know how to ride your bike, but to be able to have a bike that is safe to ride and that fits you. So matching people up with bikes, whether it's at a bike shop or if it's in the case of Bike Waller coming out to our place, you can donate a bike and we'll find a home for that bike, or you can buy a bike, or you can even rent a bike if you need to get out. Activities that will be happening in May, we just received 10 donated bikes just yesterday and today. We're continuing to take those at 909 Alliance in downtown Waller at Bike Waller. But coming up on May 16th, there'll be a bike intake at 11750 Memorial Drive, which is where the Chain Reaction Ministries has their bike shop. It's part of the Disciples of Christ Church. And David Finkley is the pastor in charge of that program. But at 9 a.m. on May 16th, Chain Reaction Ministries will also be taking in new bikes. The bikes are then restored, given away to assistance ministries programs, who then find people who need a bike to ride to work, or they can't afford to drive a car, so they have to have a bike. So I encourage you, take that bike out of your closets or out of your garage or out of the backyard or out of the barn if you're out here in Waller, and get that bike to somebody who can fix it up, and then turn it over to somebody who really needs a bike right now. And it's been tough during COVID with the bicycle factories in China not working at full capacity to actually have the inventory of bikes for the demand that's out there right now for bicycling. So if you have an old bike and you have a neighbor that's looking for a bike, give it to them and let them fix it up, or fix it up yourself and find a home for it, or put it on Craigslist and sell it. But there's people out there that want those old bikes. And that's what Bike Waller's about, is keeping old bikes out on the road, getting them into people's hands so that they can enjoy riding a bike, and making sure that it's a safe trip as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Clark. Next slide, Greg. And now we will introduce Simone Leonard, Communications Manager for Buffalo Bayou Partners. Simone?
Hi, Deborah. Thanks for having me this morning.
You're welcome.
Buffalo Bayou Partnership is going to do a couple of things during the month of May. For starters, we are hosting a bike ride in our East Sector. That's actually going to show people different parts of our East Sector expansion plan. It's going to take them to special sites along the tour. It's going to take them to eat at some of the food trucks in the area. So if you would like to join that bike tour, feel free to do it. It's on May 8th. It is free to the public, and you can go and register on our website. In addition, on May 29th, we're going to host a bike safety event with Bike Barn, Houston Bike Share, and Bike Houston. The first 25 people to show up to that event are going to get a free giveaway from Buffalo Bayou Partnership. It is to encourage bikers of all skill levels and of all ages to come out and learn how to bike safely on trails. In addition to that, we're continuing our Ride and Ring campaign that we began last year. The Ride and Ring campaign is specifically to teach any biker at any level to ring their bike bell, so that you can notify pedestrians when you're passing, when you're coming up, so that they can be safe. As we know, it's really dangerous for a biker to hit a pedestrian. It can be catastrophic. So we want to make sure that bikers on our trails are safe, as well as pedestrians on our trails. And in addition to all of that, we are continuing to expand our trails. We want to have trails from Shepherd Drive all the way out to the Turning Basin. So be on the lookout for new trails that'll come along the bayou.
Deborah, you're muted.
Okay, let's go to the next slide, Greg. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, and now it gives me a great pleasure to introduce Sharon Moses Burnside, Division Manager of Transportation for the City of Houston. Sharon?
Is it morning? What time is it? Yes, good morning, everybody. It's still morning. Like we haven't in June yet. So excited to be here. Thank you for inviting us. And just, you know, and I'm looking at Clark. I'm just smiling because I haven't seen Clark in a while. Clark Martinson, so good to see you and hear your voice. Glad you're doing well out there in Waller. We miss you. We miss working with you. At least I do. Speak for myself. Okay, so here we go. With the City of Houston, we have on May 18th, we have Bike to Wherever Day. You all know that, am I saying the right day? I'm so sorry. I'm a little scattered today. Is it May 18th, you guys? The National Bike to Work Day is May 21st or May 18th. I got to look at my calendar. I've been multitasking over here today. We're holding it, and we want everybody to be a part of it. It's May 21st. Yeah, thank you. Sorry for that faux pas. May 20.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, her sound.
It's not just her sound. She's frozen.
She's frozen.
Oh, no.
Oh, there you go.
Am I back? Okay.
You're back.
Is funny. This is so funny. So National Bike to Work Day is always the third Friday in May. We are turning it into Bike to Wherever Day. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And all we're asking is that, you know, you take a video, a short video, don't make it too long, just a little quick snippet of you riding anywhere in the city of Houston. It could be a bike trail, it could be along the street, just something to support the love of biking. And we know COVID-19, the social distancing is still in effect. So we're working, you know, around that issue and just saying, be a part of it, participate, and post it so that we know that we are all utilizing active transportation. That's what we're doing in the city of Houston on Friday, on the May 21st, the third Friday in May. We're honoring it Bike to Wherever.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next slide, Greg. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce Monique Johnson, Transportation and Mobility Innovation Manager for the City of Sugarland. Monique?
Good morning. Thank you,
morning.
Deborah. City of Sugarland is very happy and excited to be a part of the Gulf Coast Regional Bike Celebration. And so this year we're doing something a little bit different. Typically we would do a bike to work and school day, but because of the pandemic, we decided to give people an opportunity to tour around Sugarland. These will be self-guided tours, and we're going to celebrate throughout the entire month of May. So each week will feature a different tour throughout different parts of Sugarland. This first week, May 3rd through May 7th, will feature the First Colony Area Tour. And so that takes you through some of the residential areas on the southern side of Sugarland, but also around the Smart Financial Center and our Memorial Park and our U of H Sugarland campus. So that's what's going to be featured for this week. The second week of May, so that's May 10th through May 14th, we have the Company Town Bike Tour. And so this one takes you through the historic Imperial Sugarland area where the sugar factory is, and it also takes you around Constellation Field and through some of the other historic neighborhoods such as the Hill and Sugarland. The week of May 17th through May 21st will be our Central City Bike Tour. So this one takes you through the central part of Sugarland, around Town Center and Town Square, and then also around the Lake Point development area. And the final week of May, we are going to feature the Telfair Area Bike Tour. So this takes you through one of the newer developments in the city, the Telfair area. There are shops, bike shops, different retail stores, and then a lot of nice neighborhood trails through that area as well. And so we really just want to show people that you can bike to places in Sugarland. There's lots to see, and also just raise awareness about how there is a need to invest in more infrastructure for biking in the city, and to let people know that this is an option for you to get around the Sugarland as well.
Deborah, you're muted again.
It keeps going. Okay, now let's go to the next slide, please. We have the Transportation Demand Manager For Rice University, Miss Lisa Lynn. Lisa?
Thanks, Deborah, and thanks to the Commute Solutions team for organizing this panel today. So for Rice Bike Month this year, we are actually kind of doing a few different things for different segments of our campus community. So for our grad students, we actually had a bunch of graduate student-led bike rides in the month of April, and we will be continuing that into this month. I'm actually leading a bike ride this Saturday for a group of grad students, and we'll be biking through Midtown and downtown and talking about some of the green building projects and then showing them some of the kind of new bike facilities in that area. For our undergraduate students, we actually launched a BCycle membership pilot with them at the end of April, or actually early April. And that's to actually start addressing some of the access issues on campus and seeing how we can provide better financial support for some of our students who need a bike but don't have the means to access some of the shared bike options on campus. So we are, this is a 3-phased project. So we'll be doing this undergraduate pilot and then looking at a graduate pilot with annual memberships and then looking at a shared membership model in the fall. So this is kind of the launch of a larger BCycle membership pilot. So for our employees, since we are still mostly kind of a mix of work from home and some on campus, we'll be promoting the Bike to Wherever Day on May 21st and promoting the BCycle promotion and whatnot. And since this is our year to reapply for the Bike Friendly University application through the league, we'll be trying to cram as many bike activities this year before we submit in the fall. So anyone out there who wants to partner with us on bike activities, let me know. Thanks.
Thank you. Next slide, Greg.
Yes, ma'am.
And now we will introduce Megan Moe, Special Events Manager for the Woodlands Township. Megan, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. Like many others, we here at the Township, we are celebrating Bike to Work Day, or Wherever Day rather, on Friday, May 21st from 6 to 9:30. We'll host that at one of our centrally located parks, North Shore Park. Bike commuters will be able to ride through to receive refreshment, safety materials, and then of course visit with experienced bicyclists in the community, and provide an opportunity for them to meet others and just get a little bit more comfortable with riding regularly. In addition to Bike to Wherever Day, we're also offering a variety of activities throughout the month, which will include suggested routes for self-guided opportunities, optional ride meetups, and virtual workshops for those that are kind of opting to go that route still with getting back out into the world of events. Our calendar of events also includes in-person rides and events, as well as a family bike rodeo event and 2 weeks of ride challenges. Our key partner for Bike Month, Bike the Woodlands Coalition, they are heading up a Why I Ride youth community art project. And also they are working with our local schools to build upon Bike to School Day, just encouraging them to get their students to bike to school. For us, Bike Month culminates with Bike the Woodlands Day, and that will take place on Saturday, May 22nd from 9 a.m. to noon at North Shore Park. At that event, we'll have live music, exhibitors, a kids bike rodeo, and food vendors. And we'll also be recognizing our Ride Challenge winners at that event. So with all that, Bike the Woodlands Coalition has been key with getting all of these events up and running, as well as several other bike-minded individuals and organizations in the community. Bike Month for us, it's pretty significant each year to continue cultivating the bicycle-friendly community, and then also, of course, encouraging our residents and visitors to experience the Woodlands through safe bicycling. Our calendar of events and event guide is posted online at the link that is on the slide. We also have our registration link up and running as well at that page too. But other than that, I just want to thank Deborah and everybody else at HGAC for coordinating today's kickoff and then allowing us to kind of partner together and cross promote each other's Bike Month events. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you very much. Next slide, Greg. And now for our closing remarks, I will introduce Brian Reed, Executive Director for Houston Bike Share, Houston BCycle. Brian comes to Houston BCycle having served 2 decades in K through 12 education as a social studies teacher, basketball coach, athletic director, and high school principal. In 2015, he launched the Spring Branch Independent School District, KIPP Texas Public Schools, and Yes Prep Public Schools, Sky Partnerships, and Yes Prep Northbrook High School campus as a founding school teacher. A bike changed Brian's life. As an undergrad at the University of Florida and living off campus, Brian was gifted a single-speed bike. His relationship with his hometown, his school, and his community changed as a result. A bike always allows you to experience your commute, not just merely a rush through, says Brian. Everyone, let's welcome Brian Reed, Executive Director at Houston BCycle. Brian.
Thank you so much, Deborah. And thank you for all of the work that went into convening such a wonderful group of people to get people excited about bikes. So to close today, let's talk data. Just kidding, kind of. After almost a decade of serving as Houston's bike share, we know a lot about how Houstonians use bikes. What do we know? Well, we've created a top 5 countdown of Houston's biking habits. Number 5, Houstonians are not scared of the heat. Our summer ridership dwarfs our winter ridership. We see nearly double to triple the rides over the summer. We could say that Houstonians are scared of the cold, but that wouldn't be asset-based, so we'll just say Houstonians love heat. Number 4, people ride in safe spaces. All of our stations close in proximity to trails, parks, and protected bike lanes see far more usage. Build it and they will ride. Number 3, students love short bike trips. Through all of our colleges and universities, we see students making short, quick trips and saving money and investing that money in their future. Number 2, Houston's bikers are diverse. We see diversity across multiple identity markers through our ridership, including race, income, age, and gender. And as my introduction alluded to, riding a bike allows for us to see each other in uniquely different ways and much more in depth than commuting through other solutions. So we're excited to expand upon that. Number 1. So number 1 in our countdown, according to what our data tell us, we are fortunate to have leadership across Houston taking access to increase bikes across Houston. From businesses to council members, commissioners, special districts, the HGAC, all are supporting increasing access to bikes. We are thankful for the support specifically of Commissioner Ellis and Commissioner Garcia in our current growth, as well as everyone who's actively involved in bringing affordable access to bikes and transportation. Not only does this support our growth, we are Houston-based. We employ 26 Houstonians with full-time jobs and access to healthcare, and we're excited about that. Transitioning. So what offerings do we have this month for Bike Month? So first of all, please check out our social media channels and our website for the most up-to-date information. Just 3 quick highlights. First, BCycle Awareness Thursdays. So each Thursday, we'll be offering free rides throughout our system. So again, check our website and social media. Next, it's been talked about a lot here, but Bike to Wherever Day. So in conjunction with the City of Houston on the 21st, we'll be offering free rides. So check that out. Lastly, discounted memberships. We are offering memberships for only $10 a month for this Bike Month. So get out there, join our service and start riding. All right, let's keep rolling, Houston. Let's have a great Bike Month. Thanks, I'll turn it back over to you, Deborah.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Brian. That is great. I love the countdown. That was very interesting. I appreciate that. So Greg, let's go to the next slide, please. So now for our closing events, please be sure to join us on Thursday, May 27th webinar, and we will be talking about some of the, all of the activities, maybe some of the results of what has happened throughout the month. We'll also announce some winners, and we will recognize bike-friendly communities and businesses and universities. And now this leads us to the next slide, Greg. And we'd like to know if anyone has any questions for our panelists.
If you're an attendee and you'd like to ask a question, you can use the raise hand feature and we can allow you to speak.
Thank you, Greg.
No problem. All right, looks like Jamala wants to speak.
Okay.
Hi, I just had a quick question, and thank you guys. This was really exciting. So I have two questions. One, how can we get a list of all of the wonderful things we've heard about today? I was trying to take notes, but I'm sure I missed something. Is there a way we could get, or how can we get a list, or can we get the slides, or what can we get to show or capture everything that we've heard today?
I could, that's a great question, Jamila. I could collect that from everyone if all of the panelists could have all of their activities and events just ready for me, or if you can send them out to me, I'll create a list that will represent each of the panelists of our partners, and I'll get those out.
Okay, and can I cheat and ask a second question? I'm sorry.
Yes, you can.
There was a part two. I saw prices on the slide for the online bicycle safety training, but then I heard Susan say it was free for the region, anyone that lived in the 8 counties. Can Susan talk a little bit more about that and what, is it free, and then what's included, and how do we sign up if we're interested?
It is, that's a good question. It is completely free for everyone within the 8 county region. Use the link houston.cyclingsavvy.org to sign up, and you'll be able to access it. It's a online self-paced friendly course. It's divided into 2 sections, and it's really comprehensive and fun, and you can fit it in as you're able. It takes approximately 2 hours to complete, but it is 100% completely free.
Okay. Any more questions?
I'm typing an invitation right now in the chat box for people that might like to ask a question and don't know how. You can either raise your hand with the raise hand feature, and if you can't figure that out, you can certainly put it in the chat and we will relay the question.
Okay. Okay. Are we good then, Greg?
I think we're good. I think you guys must have done an awesome job. There's no questions.
Well, let's go to this last slide, because I'm going to say it, and I hope you all can say it with me at a count of 3, because I really would love to see this come to life, especially since all of the things that we've been dealing with throughout the region. I enjoy this collaboration. I really look forward to more to make this happen. So in a count of 3, we're going to say, let's ride. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's ride. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.